Next question is advice or support for Tim Shieff? Yeah, I want to offer Tim Shieff a couple pieces of advice. Two pieces of advice from my homie Tim Shieff. And before I give those bits of advice, I want to let people know that Tim is... I'm very proud of Tim. I'm very, very proud of Tim. I'm very proud of the man he's becoming. If I were his parents, I'd be so proud of my child. Like, Tim is like, he's a good dude. He's really, really cool. And people don't know him in real life enough. I think people just see him on YouTube and they see him as like this Tim the celebrity. Because they've never met him, they never hung out with him. When you hang out with him, you realize he's a cool guy, man, and he's holistic. He thinks about a lot of things, and he's very helpful, very encouraging, very positive. And yeah, he's got some far out there ideas, and that's what makes him unique. That's one of the things that makes him unique. There's many unique things about Tim, but that's one of the things that makes him unique. He's got some far out ideas that a lot of people just don't agree with, myself included. There's a lot of things he believes in or is exploring that I just don't believe in. But that's totally fine, because perhaps I'm just closed off to a certain area, and there's room for growth for me there to open up a bit more. He's already opened my eyes to a lot of things, but I think he could teach me a lot more. But Tim, yeah, he's a very helpful guy, and he's accomplished a lot, and I don't think he's anywhere near close to accomplishing as much as he will in the next 20 years of his life. So currently, right now, if you don't know, Tim, he just put out a video a couple days ago talking about how he went and ate some eggs and some fish for the first time since being vegan. And he's just exploring what it means to be human in that regard. And I think that's freaking fine, man. That's freaking fine. You can go ahead and do that. Like, it's as much... It's hard to say it's his choice, because really, like, whose choice was it when the animals were killed? Was it the animals' choice? No, the animals didn't have a choice. They were just killed. But now that the animals are dead, it is his choice to go and do that or not. And I have family members in my family, my bloodline, who eat meat. And I love my family members, people I would kill for, people who I would die for, and they're eating animals. Right? So diet is just one aspect of life, and it's a big one. Don't get me wrong, it's a big one. I dedicate most of my life to optimizing diet and teaching people about diet, because it's such a big aspect of life. And it goes beyond diet, right? It goes into ethics, it goes into what's right, and it goes into the karma that you're leaving here on the planet, that you're embedding. So it's important to realize that just because someone is eating meat or eats a little bit of meat doesn't make them a bad person, doesn't make them insane. It just means that they're taking action in a certain way. And it's important to keep the big picture in mind and understand that Tim is a human, and he's making these choices because he's exploring what's possible. Now, I perhaps have empathy for Tim, because early on in my vegan life, I also experimented with some raw milk. I experimented with some raw eggs. I experimented with some raw fish. And I didn't enjoy any of them. Like, I drank the milk and I was like, I feel no difference. What's the point in drinking this milk? There's no point. I ate the eggs and I'm like, it's just giving me gas. I don't feel any stronger, any better. And when I ate the fish, I just felt so sad. I felt so sad for the fish. And so I was like, okay, I'm going back to 100% veg. And when I tried those foods, I just tried them for a meal or two. It wasn't like I went off and stayed on them for a few months. It was just like I tried them for a meal or two. And I was like, it's not for me. Every time I come back to raw, every time I come back to veganism, it's always the path. And I think Tim is going to experience whatever he's going to experience. I can't say what he's going to do for sure, but I have a feeling he'll come back to being vegan. That's my prediction, but can't say for sure. But my advice for him then would be, number one, to don't take shit from anybody. Don't take shit from anybody. There's going to be people out there who are going to bully you, Tim. There's going to be people out there who are going to call you crazy. There's going to be people out there who are saying that you're not all there mentally. People are going to be making fun of you and saying all sorts of shit. Don't take shit from anybody. Just know who you are, know your worth, and just come back to doing what you love and providing value for the community. And that value can be in the form of showing people what it is you're going through. That's it. Just show people what it is you're going through. Maybe offer some bits of tips and advice, things like you do already. Just come back to that. Keep coming back to that. And you'll be good. You'll be all right. But just don't watch any hate videos that any people are making about you. There's going to be a ton of them. It's going to be tempting to click and read the comments. It's going to be tempting to click and watch the video that people are making about you. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You wouldn't walk into a room and have the room of people like shouting nasty things at you and calling you names and things like that. So why do it online as well? There's no point. And I know you read a lot of the comments, but in this, going through this phase, and this phase could last a while. You could have months and months of backlash from people coming at you for this, even years. But just I'd advise you, from a homie, to not read the comments and to not watch the videos that people make about you. It's just not worth it. In fact, when you refrain from reading the comments, when you refrain from watching the videos people make about you, you actually feel better about yourself. You have that self-discipline to not go there, to not indulge in that self-hate and that self-abuse. Because all those comments is you reflecting back at yourself, right? That's all these videos, anyone making a hate video about you, Tim, that's actually you making a hate video about yourself. We're all reflections of each other. So just don't indulge. Don't go there. Just focus on that love. Focus on the freedom. Focus on providing value for people by keep doing what you do best. The second bit of advice I'd give you is to not think diet is going to cure everything. Like, go beyond diet. And I know you already do this to a large extent, but just remember that if you're feeling some kind of way in your body and you're feeling not optimal, you're feeling subpar, whatever, diet can only be so good, right? You can only eat so many calories in a day from so much variety of food. Let's say your variety was holistic. Let's say you did have a bit of fruit each day, a bit of vegetables each day, a bit of animal products each day. Let's say you had a really small amount of animal products, a good amount of veggies, and a good amount of organic fruit. And you took whatever supplements you want to take as well, just a small amount. So just to cover all your bases, let's say you just adopted the most holistic diet ever. There's still going to be times when you're not feeling good. There's still going to be times when you're hurting inside. There's still going to be times when you're having issues. Right? Diet isn't a cure-all. Diet is a cure most. It's a preventative most, but not prevent like absolutely everything. Other things you can do to optimize your life and the way you're feeling is engage in a certain relationship with someone. It could be a coach, it could be a therapist, it could be a girlfriend or a homie. Just engage in a certain relationship. Another thing could be to get more sleep. And I say that I don't just mean more sleep. I mean, like, get to bed by 8 or 9 p.m. every night. 9 p.m. every night, right? And then don't get out of bed until 6 a.m. the next morning. So 9 p.m. and then 6 a.m. And just be super consistent with that. And don't use smartphone or any sort of internet with blue light after 8 p.m. Just ease into the evening and then sleep deeply. Make sure you're not eating past 4 p.m. That way you're not getting up to pee throughout the middle of the night. And you just get a much deeper rest. Optimize your sleep. Wake up at 6 with a good, strong meditation. Start your day off with meditation. Write down what you're grateful for. Right? Focusing on what you're grateful for. And write out your goals. And then go on through the rest of your day. Do what you got to do. By doing this, you're structuring your day and you're structuring your life in a way that you don't need to think about too many possibilities and get yourself into any deep ruts. You can prevent most ruts. You can stay focused on what you're grateful for. You can have a calm state of mind. You can make sure you're getting enough sleep, and you can make sure that you're focused on your goals. You know what you got to do. So that I'd say go beyond diet. Your diet's already good enough, bro. You're already clean enough, and there's a lot more to life than diet. You already know that, but I just want to remind you. It's a good reminder. It's a good reminder for myself as well. I'm making these videos for myself. So next question is, how are your teeth? Any issues? I've noticed that there are some fruitarians that have shocking teeth. I don't know if that's because bad hygiene from poor diet or it's detox. Any tips on how to prevent teeth issues? Yeah, for sure. I have a fruitarian friend named Joe, and he's a dentist, and he's never had any teeth issues his entire life. And I asked him, how is that possible? How have you never had a single cavity? And you know what he said? Guess what he said? And he ate ton of candies growing up. The reason he's never had any cavities is because he